For fast, cheap and reliable individual cards from Attax Premier League and now Champions League, as well as unopened products at a discounted price, check out tradingcardcollective.co.uk with the link below. And if you use the discount code WB10, you'll now get 10% off all cards. Hey guys, WB Trading Cards here, and welcome back to another Attax 2017-18 Champions League video. Now today I'm going to be building my best £100 million team with the Attax Champions League cards that I could create. And of course, if you guys have got any suggestions of how I can make the team better, please do leave them in the comments down below. But yeah, what I have noticed is that values are generally a lot higher in this season's Champions League than, well, definitely than in the Premier League this season. So it is quite difficult to make a £100 million team. However, I've given it my best shot, so let's get straight into it, starting off with the subs bench. And first up on the subs, we do have FC Porto's goalkeeper Iker Casillas, who's got 86 on defence but only a £6 million value, so he's a really good card to be able to sub on once I've used my goalkeeper. We also do have then just two kind of throwaway cards on the bench, with Balanta of FC Basel. He's got 63 on defence, and yeah, the £4 million value is the appeal with him, because yeah, it brings the overall team value down. Same goes for Botus, who's also worth £4 million and has a 63 rating on his attack. And what I've noticed in this collection is, because with the Premier League, what they do is they base all the values off the official Premier League fantasy football at the start of the season. So all the values are a bit more random, and you can get cards that are really good value for money, even base cards, and if they've got a low value on the fantasy football but Attax rate them highly. However, with this, it seems that values are actually based on the ratings themselves. So for example, there aren't any £4 million cards in the collection that are over the rating of 64. I think there's no defenders with a rating of 87 that are worth under £8 million. So yeah, it is quite difficult to make a decent team with this. However, we do then get onto the starting 11, starting off in goal with Thibaut Courtois of Chelsea. He's got 88 on his defence and a €7 million value. Sorry, all the values are in euros, not pounds. I'm saying pounds so far. But yeah, Thibaut Courtois in between the sticks. Then we do start off with another throwaway card, and you'll notice there's quite a lot of these in this team. Just to get the ratings high, I had to put in a lot of £4 million cards. But this one is Kevin Dix of Feyenoord. He's got 64 on his defence, which is the maximum you can get for a £4 million value. Next up, we do have the first of the really good cards in the team. This is David Luiz, Sylvalum position with 91 on defence and an €8 million value. And yeah, limited edition cards really are the best to use here. In previous collections, well, in the Premier League, you've had the Megatin exclusives have been really good to use because the value doesn't rise. But now in this collection, the value goes up by 2 million, so they're not really any better to use than base cards. Our next defender, though, is the highest rated card in the team. It is Kamil Glik 100 Club of AS Monaco, who is a really good value for money player, because he's actually the lowest value out of all of the 100 clubs, and also has a lower value than all of the UCL All-Star 11 cards, which of course are all lower rated than him. So he's the best 100 club or UCL All-Star card to use, in my opinion. He's got 100 on his defence. We then do have Obradovic of Anderlecht, which is another £4 million card to keep the value down of the team. Next up, we do have our fifth defender, which is Barcelona's Sergey Roberto, with 78 on his defence, 68 on his attack, and he's got a £6 million value. So he's a pretty good all-round card. If you manage to catch anyone out with this team so that they only have defenders left or only have attackers left, this is a decent card to use in either situation, because he's got pretty good both stats. So yeah, Sergey Roberto completes the defence. Then in the midfield, we do start off with Benfica's Felipe Augusto, who is another 4 million card, and you'll be happy to know he's the last 4 million card of the team. So there's 3 in there, and the way I'd use these in a match stats game is obviously if you know someone's got a really good card. For example, if you've got a hunch that someone's got 100 club in their team and they attack with it or defend with it, then just throw away one of these 4 million cards and save your best cards for actually playing with. So they're kind of guaranteed losses. The other way I'd use them is if you've defended with Thibaut Courtois, then sub one of them off for Iker Casillas, and then you'll just be left with 2 4 million cards in the team. And next up though, we do have Manchester United midfielder and the most expensive player in the Premier League. In terms of transfer cost, it is Paul Pogba with 82 on his defence and 86 on attack. So he's a level up from Sergey Roberto in that he's a really good all-round card, but just with a lot higher ratings. He's only got a £9 million value, which is really good in this collection for those stats. The final midfielder we do have in this 5-3-2 formation is Tottenham's Dele Alli, another Premier League limited edition. He's got 89 on his attack and a £10 million value, which again is really good for this collection. It's not that good for other collections, however this one does seem to have just a lot higher values, but still you have to cap your team off at 100 million if you're playing in tournaments. So yeah, Dele Alli, silver limited edition card, slots in the final midfield place. He's also got 72 on defence, so again a relatively good all-round card. That takes us on to the attack, which is really where the attacking power is. Firstly, we do have Borussia Dortmund's Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Now, the Gabonian forward here, he's got 86 on his attack, but the special thing is it's a hat-trick hero card. So if you do manage to win with this card, or any hat-trick heroes for that matter, you get 3 goals rather than the 1 that you'd normally get. He's got a £12 million value, so a bit costly. However, if you can get the 3 goals out of him, then obviously he's definitely worth it. The final striker is another Borussia Dortmund player, and this is Marco Reus, gold limited edition, found in the Club Heroes Megatin. He's got 91 on his attack, so he's actually our highest rated attacker in the team, which means I'd probably mostly focus on defending with this team, because there's a few more quality players in the defence. However, the attack's still pretty good, and Marco Reus, 10 million, 91 on his attack. He does complete the team and complete the strike force with 2 Borussia Dortmund players. So yeah, obviously Aubameyang no longer plays for Borussia Dortmund, but Matchstats hasn't updated for that. So yeah, if you have enjoyed today's video, please do smash that thumbs up button. Let me know, again, any improvements you would make to this team. I did find it pretty difficult to make, so also comment down below what your £100 million team is, and yeah, we'll see if there's any better ones. If you did enjoy the video, please do smash that thumbs up button, subscribe if you're new around here for more Match Stats content, and of course I will see you next time.